Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Dan Petry, whose record is 8-6 with a 4.20 ERA. And pitching for the Yankees today is Roger Slagle, whose record is 9-7 with a 3.43 ERA. Okay, so we had a big old blowout of the Orioles in yesterday's game. Tigers won 10-1. We put up a ton of hits. I think there was 7 extra base hits in the ball game. And Jack Morris got the start and pitched obviously very well. And so a overall good performance from our team as we head into the final series of the year versus the Yankees. And so if we take a look here at the standings, you'll see we're only a half game up on the Yankees, despite on paper being the much better team. And we are now done with Boston. After this series, we'll be done with New York. We have one more series versus Baltimore. Toronto is done, and then we have a series versus Milwaukee and a series versus the Indians. So we're almost done playing all of the American League East, and then it'll be just the West the rest of the way. So, and the West, I think we would all agree, is the inferior division. And so I would like to think that we would have more of a chance to win more ball games and maybe get back in this. We are only 2 days away from the trade deadline. I can't think of another trade worth doing right now. The Indians are trading, they have on the trading block, they have Victor Cruz, who is a former closer. And I do kind of like him, but he is a little bit more money than I'm willing to spend. Here he is right here. He's got a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He's closed for them multiple times. Now he is the setup guy for them. But I do like him a lot. I've always kind of liked him in this game. But he was out of baseball by 1984. And I'm just not willing to take on that payroll. So other than that, I can't think of another guy that would be worth trading for. So, wow, the Blue Jays just beat them 15-4. The Brewers beat them 10-0, and then they put up 12-11 on the Brewers. So that is a bipolar team right there. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with today's ball game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along, like and or subscribe to the channel. Dan Petry on the mound today. He is an enigma. I have no idea what to do with him to get him to the next level. But I'll tell you what, if he does not pitch well today, we're going to skip him in the rotation. Maybe we'll give Paul Gibson a start. I don't know. Well, we don't want to call up another player from the minors. Obviously, we could give Dave Rozema a start, but he's been pitching so good in the bullpen, I don't want to mess that up. So let's just see how it goes today. We did just have the day off yesterday, so everybody's rested. We have all the good guys in there. And as you saw against Baltimore, we put up 10 runs. So let's see how we do. Same exact lineup as yesterday's ball game. Okay, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Detroit Tigers. Batting leadoff, playing center field, is Willie Wilson. Batting second at second base is Lou Whitaker. Batting third at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting cleanup and DHing is Kenny Smith. Batting fifth at third base is George Brett. Batting sixth and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting seventh in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting eighth at first base is Greg Brock. And batting ninth is the right fielder, Glenn Wilson. One of our old nemesis, it's Roger Slagle, making a career out of this sim. Of course, he only ever pitched one game in the majors. That was in 1979, good enough to get him included in Baseball Mogul. And all he's done is just put up wins. He's got a career .621 winning percentage. He's 9-7 with a .343 ERA this year, sitting on 99 strikeouts in 154 and 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .238 against him. He's got 5 complete games and a shutout. Fastball tops out at 91 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46.9%. He's got 2 pitches above league average, the changeup at an 87 and a fastball that's an 83. Overall, an 85. The 30-year-old right-hander is a free agent at the end of the 86 season. Let's look at his log. Well, he's won 2 games in a row against the Brew Crew. He also had a no decision versus the Tigers back on June 25th. On June 14th, he had a no decision. On June 18th, he took a loss. On April 24th, he had a no decision. So I guess we've done all right against him this year. Let's look at his vitals. He was the Rookie of the Year in 1980 in our sim, and he did go to the All-Star game in 1982, the year that he had that 16-8 record. He won 21 games last year and was not an All-Star. Okay, let's take a look at the defense for the Yankees. Right field with Danny TARTABULL is well under league average, and also first base with Dennis Worth, not so hot. Behind the plate today is Ron HASSEY, and you may remember that they are on their 4th third baseman of the year. They traded from the Cubs someone named Fritzie CONNALLY, who's now their 3rd baseman. That's jumbled up their lineup, and we'll talk more about that momentarily. So, and HASSEY is 80, an 80 arm. Oh, a 76 arm. So we should be able to run on him at will. Well, he's got a 34% caught stealing percentage, which has got to be among the leaders. So I guess he's deceptively good. All right, here we go. Willie Wilson leading off versus Roger Slagle. Wilson crushes it to center field. That is about as far as he can hit a ball. 385 feet, just allowed out. One down, here's Sweet Lou. He's 7 for 22 in his career versus Slagle. I think we're going to see a lot of cumulative at-bats from Tigers hitters as Whitaker lines out to center. Mazzilli busy in center field already. 2 down, here is Alan Trammell. Trammell batting .287, 8 home runs, and a base hit to center field. So Tigers hitters are sizing him up pretty good, hitting him right back into center. We're not going to go for 2. We have to give Kenny Smith here a shot to go deep, hit it around that pole there. A 1-0 count to Smith. Oh, he goes Oppo Taco. No, he's going to go into the gap for a double. Smith, he's been quiet lately at the plate. His 11th double on the year. He's had 1 home run in the last 20 games. And that's his 99th hit of the year. It's going to be up to George Brett to drive in the runs. We have a little rally going here. Full count to Brett. And Brett strikes out on a pitch that didn't even look like it was in the zone. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the lineup. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Willie Randolph. Batting second at shortstop is Ozzie Smith. Batting third at third base is newcomer Fritzie Connally. Batting cleanup in right field is Danny TARTABULL. Batting fifth in left field is Steve KEMP. Batting sixth and DHing is Nelson Simmons. Batting seventh and catching is Ron HASSEY. Batting eighth at first base is Dennis Worth. And batting ninth is the center fielder, Lee Mazzilli. Oh, Dan Petry, he has got his work cut out for him today. These are all career highs for him. 22nd start of the year. He's 8-6 with a 4.20 ERA. He's got to be high because he is not pitching well at all. Look at the walk-to-strike ratio. He can't find the strike zone. 76 strikeouts in 130 and 2/3 innings. Opponents are batting .253, 1 complete game. His fastball is topping out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46%. The fastballs is out pitch rated a 90, a slider at an 82. Overall rated an 85. The 25-year-old right-hander is a free agent in 1986. Looking at his log, he's got a no decision back on June 25th. May 17th, a no decision. And those are the, April 25th, he got a win. So he has had a little bit of success, but that was very early on. Let's take a look at our defense. We are good everywhere you look. Got the best outfield in the American League, I believe. Okay, here we go. Willie Randolph leading off against Dan Petry, a 1-2 count. Dropped that curveball in and a base hit to right field. So the leadoff man is on. Ozzie Smith is up. We're going to pull third base in. Ozzie's a good bunter. I don't think they're going to be playing small ball, but we'll have Brett on the grass. Oh yeah, this game is over. If we did not score in the first when we had second and third, and they have the first two guys on, knowing how Petry's been all year, I think we can pretty much shut the door on this game as Connally pops up to short. Here's Danny TARTABULL, cleanup hitter, batting .270 with 12 home runs. 1-0 New York. First and third, and MVP Steve Kemp at the plate. Definitely not having the same type of year he had last year. He batted .300 with 137 RBI, 31 home runs. The park is playing differently this year, so not a lot of left-handed pop. First and third, ground ball to short. Run scores 2-0. And Nelson Simmons flies out to right. So the Yankees are ahead 2-0. We are just playing this one out. Kennedy pops it up. His average is down to 329. So, I mean, Kennedy's going to be basically unplayable until his average gets down to about 280, I have a feeling. Yeah, I mean, we're just moving it along here. Ron HASSEY, fly ball to center. Strikeout. Ground ball to second. Move it on to the third. Willie Wilson lining out to left. Going to the bottom of the third. Yep, this is just another one of those. I mean, the thing about it is we're going to be in third place after today's game. And we have to make a decision on what... Oh, no, we can't trade Morris, right? Damn it. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I guess we just sort of have to, do our best. Petry was flawless since the first inning before he walked Simmons. An infield single by the catcher. Yeah, that makes total sense. We're going to the top of the 5th. I need a little bit of coffee. Yeah, we scored 10 runs yesterday, so the game is overcorrecting. That's exactly what happens. It's based on the Pythagorean. The game thinks we should have won 64 games based on our scoring differential. So in order for it to kind of get back into, you know, the same range as what we have won, it's going to cause us to not score any runs for a couple days. That's how much this game blows. Like it's so easy and typical to figure out. There's really nothing you can do. You just sort of have to bend over and take it. And that's where we're at today. Four nothing, heading to the top of the 6th. So I think what we'll do is we're going to skip Petry next time through the lineup, through the rotation. I think we're going to be out of it anyway, so it probably doesn't much matter, but I don't know. It's worth a shot, I guess. Yeah, the only time we get hits is when it doesn't matter. Tigers get on the board thanks to Brock's double. Petry's only had 87 pitches. I mean, who cares? Just keep running them out there. Try to keep our bullpen fresh for when we start playing the West. All right, so that's 100 pitches. He gives up 5 runs, responsible for the runner on first. Let's see, this game is already over, so we'll keep running Rozema out there. Three-run home run by Kemp. Yeah, Rosie was way overdue to give up runs, so this is a good game for him to do that. And you can see the run differential, 7 runs different. And I don't think they're done. Like we have to give back those runs that we scored yesterday. So this is very typical of the way the game is designed, with like no common sense whatsoever. Yeah, everything happens with 2 outs when you're losing. None of this matters, I assure you. See? All right, down to the final out. Tigers lose 8-1. So tomorrow is the last game of the month. We will have a separate video where we'll take a look at the league leaders and the standings. It is the trade deadline, so perhaps there will be a trade, but this game front loads all the trades in March and April. And the only trades that'll ever occur at this point are non-essential trades. Another thing this game gets wrong. Yeah, we fall into third place, and we are probably done for the year. If there was someone worth trading, I would definitely trade them. We would be sellers. We tried to be buyers. It got us nowhere. New York's won 8 in a row. In their defense, they have got a healthy team now. Roger Weaver had missed a bunch of the year and is back in the rotation, and maybe that's why they're taking off at this point. But yeah, we are a third place team, and we probably aren't even that good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the National League. There you go. And headline news, Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. California wins to take first. New York beats Detroit. And John Harris will be injured for the Angels, as if anybody cared. Let's see. Howard Bailey of Kansas City is going to miss 10 days. We traded him over there in the George Brett deal, and he's 3 and 12 on the year. John Harris, he is their everyday first baseman. Holy shit, he's got 30 home. Oh, he's in the minor leagues. The guy hits 30 home runs at 106 RBI last year for the Angels, and he's in AAA. That is why this game blows. So stupid. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Like and or subscribe to the channel. You don't actually have to like it. Let's see. We had 3 doubles. I barely acknowledged it or remember it. Petry loses again. Dan Petry gave up a couple runs, but he bailed us out as well, going those 1 2/3. Roger Slagle, another 10-win season, and Scott Nielsen pitched 1 in the 3rd innings. Steve Kemp, excuse me, had the big blast. Okay, I guess we'll come back tomorrow. Give it another whirl. Until then, everyone, have a great day.